Time is it is the most valuable commodity, or it's the most valuable thing that we have. And how we invest that time, how we spend that time, what we do with that time, we're never getting back. So today's show is all about leveraging our time to get the most out of it. So stick around for the next episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. Well, hello, hello, hello. This is Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I know we've been kind of missing for a few weeks actually. So welcome back. I am your host, Alicia Couri. I'm so glad to be with you today on this episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. We are starting a little bit later. We usually start at 6 p.m. Eastern. But today we have a guest who wanted to be a little bit later on because she had an event. And so she's here with us today. And I am super, super excited to have this conversation because time is one of those things that we can't get back. So we want to be able to give you the information, as much information as possible, to be able to leverage our time and use it as effectively as we possibly can. But let me just do a little housekeeping before I bring my guests on. I want to welcome all of you who are viewing us live here on Facebook. We're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on LinkedIn. So welcome, welcome. And we are on Twitch. So welcome to those of you who are watching us live. You can always leave a comment that you're here live. And for those of you who are checking us out on replay, thank you so much. We really appreciate you checking the show out. If you are on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss when we go live with any of our content. We have so many amazing shows here on that is produced by Red Carpet CEO that I don't want you to miss any of them. So you can go to our YouTube channel, and it is youtube.com/C/Alicia Couri, and be a part of the shows that we have. And I see we have some live audience today. Hey, Lydia. Thank you so much for joining us, Lydia. Lydia is a health and wellness expert, one of the best in the industry, especially when it comes to hormones and women, women and how we can balance our hormones. So I want Lydia to drop in the chat how people can reach out to her, because she is just phenomenal. Her and her husband, Ryan, they own a company called Complete Body Labs. And then Reginald, hey, he's here on YouTube. So thank you for joining us, Reginald. And also, Reginald, drop us your information in the chat as well, so I can share that with you, because here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out, I didn't get to that part yet, but here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out, it's all about shouting you out as the small business owner. So there are 3 ways for you to get a shout out here on the show. The first way is there we go. The first way is for you to leave a comment. And if you leave a comment with who you are, what your business is, I will shout it out over the airwaves and let everybody know about your business and how they can get in touch with you. So that's the first way you can get a shout out here on the show. The second way that you can get a shout out is to give us a 30-second commercial. You sponsor the show with a 30-second commercial. We play that commercial through the show, and we have a couple 30-second commercials we're going to share with you today. But we show you the 30-second commercial. You get a shout out for your business that way. And then the third way you can get a shout out for your business is to be a guest on the show. And we're going to have a guest on our show today. And that is how you can get a a shout out on the show. So let me shout out Lydia. It's Complete Body Labs and Women's Blend. So you can go to www.womensblend.com, or you can go to completebodylabs.com and connect with Lydia and Ryan. They are phenomenal health and wellness coaches. They're my personal health and wellness coaches as well. So you can check them out. And they have an amazing program that is starting right now about hormone hacking. So if you're a woman over 40 and you're struggling with your weight, or you're struggling with your metabolism, premenopause, menopause, give them a shout out. I'm giving them a shout out. Give them, connect with them. So you are very welcome, Lydia. Now, let me finish my housekeeping. So this show is sponsored by, oops, wrong one. This show is sponsored by Fam You Marry and Audacious Concepts Inc. So let's hear from our sponsors, and then we will get to our guest who is waiting for us in the waiting room. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Are you curious about marijuana? Florida A&M University established the Medical Marijuana Education and Research Initiative, also known as MARY, to educate the public about medical marijuana use, as well as the detrimental health and social impacts of unlawful marijuana use on local communities. Empower yourself with knowledge. Find out more at mmeri.famu.edu. mmeri.famu.edu. MARY. Educate, learn, talk.
So that is Fam You Marry, and they have a phenomenal program to really help us learn more about the benefits of medical marijuana. So if you want to know the difference between legal and lawful and unlawful use of marijuana, I encourage you to go to mary.famu.edu. That's mmeri.famu.edu. And they have every week, they have a program that really helps you understand more about medical marijuana and what the research that's going into that. So check them out. I have another shout out to give, and that's to Reginald. So it's SBG Corp. They provide team and leadership coaching and training. So if your teams need coaching, if you need leadership training, go check them out. And I don't mind shouting out Reginald, even though we do some similar work. I always want to give credit where credit is due. Reginald is exceptional at what he does. And so if you need for your organization leadership training, if you need team development training, check Reginald out, because I don't believe in competition. I believe in collaboration. So go ahead and check them out. Now, I am super excited to bring my next guest to Small Business Saturday Shout Out. Her name is Karrie Klimas, and I want you guys to, share this out with others, because you're going to want to know how to best leverage your time, especially now when there's so many things that distract us, so many things that's sucking up our time. How can we really utilize the time that we have to be more productive, more effective, more focused? So Karrie is here to give us some tips, because that's what she does. That's what she's an expert in. So don't go anywhere. Well, welcome back to Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I'm your host, Alicia Couri, and our next guest is Karrie Klimas. And Karrie brings her years of experience and knowledge of networking, retail sales, marketing, presentation skills, and her commitment to elevating human potential for long term success for her clients. She's inspired to help others to become even more effective in optimizing their time to get more accomplished, create better results, develop quality relationships, and have more fun in their business and personal life. Who doesn't want that? So I want to welcome to the show Karrie Klimas. Hey, Karrie.
Hey, Alicia, good to be with you.
Hi. I know you had an event earlier that that you made your way to come back to this show. So thank you so much for making the effort to be here today with us.
And to be on time,
Time
actually.
and be on time. Yay, because we're all about time here. So first of all, I want you to share with the audience some of your background and why you're so passionate about specifically about time management.
Well, thank you. And good to be with everybody today to be able to share a topic that everybody has 24 hours. I mean, there is 24 hours in a given day. Each person may or may not know how to use it as effectively as they like. So I believe in personal growth and did used to read books and go to conferences. But until I, let's say, hired a guide or coach to help me, I was just doing the same thing over and over again. So I didn't know how to use my time as effectively because I wasn't seeing or knowing any other perspective other than what I knew. So, but I also say go by networking, when I got out of the corporate world, I actually met people and actually took the time to sit down with them and listen to them so I could develop better relationships and what I may need or they might need when it comes to other products and services or personal growth or even developing better friendships or referral partners. So taking the time to build relationships is important.
Absolutely. And we've known each other for a few years because both of us are here in South Florida. We've been in multiple networking occasions together, and we've known each other for some time now. I know I keep stressing on time. But you have really niched down to really helping people organize themselves in a way that takes advantage of their their superpowers and really allows them to maximize their time through your great partnership solutions. That's your company now.
Correct.
So how I want to ask you, what do you believe your superpower is? Because I know what I think it is, but what do you think your superpower is?
Well, I'm going to say it's a kind of a combo. It kind of goes together. So I I give people my full attention. So I am willing to take the time to hear them, listen to them, ask great questions, and support them in fulfilling their wants and needs. So my time is for them. And they can feel that I am focused more on them, what they want, versus trying to get what I want.
Mm, that's super important. And that's something that I'm sure you also teach people. Not that I'm sure, I know you teach others to do as well, because you do focus in and not allow distractions when you're spending your one-on-one time with someone. It is all focused in on them. And what is the biggest problem that you solve for your clients that you would say?
Well, lots of times I'll say that the contrast between being procrastinators for being productive, or a lot of times people have ideas, not sure how to actually knowing which idea to take action on. So that really at the end of the day is action steps and the clarity, direction, confidence that people are looking for, and they might be not productive because they don't have that clarity in what it is they're looking for. And so by giving them my time and my guidance, they walk away feeling that they have a sense of organization and getting the things out of their head and on paper and actually making the time on their calendar and actually seeing it happen rather than talking about it. It's actually coming
Right.
to reality. Right.
So, like, I know that you are very skilled at organization, and that's something that you really bring to any engagement with a client, your organizational skills and helping them become more organized. And that's in their thought process as well. And that helps them be more productive. How I know that happens, but can you break down how everything that you said, getting it down on paper and helping them organize their thoughts and helping them really structure those things, being super organized with that, how does that benefit them in recapturing or reclaiming their time?
Well, the individual has to be willing to know that there is room for improvement. I think any ambitious individual, knowing, including myself, they have some kind of goals or guidelines or ambitious to leave something behind to go to something new, but having somebody else to guide them and get them there. We've all been trained by somebody, maybe in a corporate job, to help us learn something. But when we get out of that job and on our own, we might not have as many people around us to guide us. But the goal is to sit down with them and take the time to really, whatever they're talking about, write it down on paper for their professional life and their personal life, from professional being that they want to get on videos or podcasts or social media is up to date, more networking, following up, the personal life, more time with family, friends, taking travels, eating right. The car's got to be washed. Oh yeah, the doctor's appointment, the dentist appointment. Oh, all those
There's so
little
many
things
things.
that take a lot of attention in their mind. They wanting to do it. I'm like, okay, write it down, and then we can be more deliberate in planning a daily, day by day structure. And I also teach people a very simple exercise and attention exercise to quiet their mind so they can feel more relaxed, more connected. And we actually take the time to say some intentions or mantras that people might want to say. I am organized. Repeat after me. I'm organized. I'm focused. I got a plan. I'm deliberate and highly effective. So again, teaching them to have that more powerful awareness and connection, that they feel more inspired and determined. Now we're going to take action and make it happen, and also support them and say, trust yourself. It's right for you.
Mm. So I wanted to ask for a couple valuable tips. You've said some, but it wasn't in a specific tip. Like it wasn't specifically laid out as a tip. You're just sharing with us. But do you have 2 or 3 tips? Additional tips other than writing it down, because some people can write it all down, but then they don't, the way their mind processes it, they don't know how to put things in order, or they don't know how to prioritize what needs to be done. So they'll follow that tip. Okay, I've written everything down. Now I'm lost. Now I just see a whole lot of stuff. So do you have any way that people can simply, as it's coming out of their head, prioritize what they need to do so that they can devote or assign time to do it?
Correct. So they're putting down on paper like a menu. So they have a bunch of things and ideas they want to come out. I would suggest that they want to put down maybe the letter N for now, NW maybe for next week, or maybe like next year. So again, taking the time to really discern when they prefer to have it accomplished. How soon is this? What is the priority for each of these tasks? How soon do they want to do it? If they really want to be more specific, they can, I also print out, maybe an hourly calendar, or have their phone with them if they use a calendar, and being able to say, okay, if they look at that specific item that they've written, discern whether it's that day, next week, and then pick a day and time that they prefer to be wanting to do it on. And so they actually put it automatically on their calendar. So again, some things have a top priority. Some might have maybe next Saturday, next weekend, and then maybe next month. So taking what feels right, most important in the moment, and prioritizing to, the week, the month, the year, the week, the month, the year. And
because what gets calendared gets done. That's what I've learned. If it's not on my calendar, it's not getting done.
correct. So again, taking the time, I'd say, a good place that people can do this is also sitting out in nature, not only going to the beach, maybe times that they walk, take 2 hours for themselves to sit down and have a goal in mind, that this is what they're going to walk away with when they spend this quality time with themselves, alone, away from other people. again, writing down the professional things they want to get accomplished or their personal things. And then also feeling like what would be the end result if they walk, finish in 2 hours, that they actually brain dumped it and got a few things off that list and actually deliberately on their calendar with the date and time they're actually going to do that. So maybe they write down 20 things, they actually gotten 5 on the calendar. Again, and acknowledge yourself for actually doing it and getting that accomplished. But it also has to be reviewed every day, every week, and also, writing that down and make sure they review it as well. And not to beat ourselves up, but we are good at that. But take the time to acknowledge what you've got accomplished, and always say there's always room for better tomorrow or next week.
Yeah. So take the time to actually schedule the time in to plan your time. That's already, and that's how you're going to be more efficient. You have to put in your calendar that space for you to actually sit down and plan out and calendar the things that you just dumped out of your head. So that makes a whole lot of sense. And when you start actually putting that time into your calendar to do it, you'll realize that, oh yeah, I got a lot more done than I thought I could have, even if it was 10 minutes that you scheduled in to do that, and you do that 10 minutes maybe 3 times a day. If you don't have a whole chunk, if you don't have that big chunk, you do the brain dump, and then you schedule some 10-minute intervals that you can separate yourself to just focus on those things. So a lot of times we may think, oh, she said 2 hours. I can't find 2 hours to sit down and do. I just don't have it. Well, don't, throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Chunk it down then. Say, I don't have 2 hours, but I can spread 2 hours over 2 days and find chunks of time, or 20-minute chunks of time, that I can do this. So yeah, figure a way to get yourself more organized, and that's what Karrie does so brilliantly. So Karrie, you have something coming up. You have a webinar coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I actually have a couple things for those, especially who might be in South Florida. But yes, on Tuesday, August 2nd, 6:30 to 7:30, I do have a complimentary webinar that can be found on Eventbrite on time, mindset, and management. And for those who are in South Florida and a physical face-to-face event, I'm actually hosting a networking skills workshop on Wednesday, August 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. in Fort Lauderdale, and again on Saturday, August 27th from 10 to 12. And I have also dates already scheduled for the remainder of the year also on my website. So that is a $35 investment, but for people to walk away, places to network, how to network, what's the point? You're going to take your time to go to an event, whatever that event may be, how to set people up for success before, during, and after. And at my event, people actually get a chance to network, introduce themselves, and then pass their cards around, and then also be having a follow-up strategy that they'll actually put those cards in a little college notebook that they'll be able to be more organized, and I'll show them how to, use it to save time and cost effective when it comes to follow-up, and give them a simple strategy and value that they.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. Finish what you were saying. Give them a valuable strategy.
And I do
Awesome.
a complimentary webinar once a month. So this month, August will be 22nd. Then I have a date in September, October, November, December, either on time, mindset, and management, also networking as well, and virtual networking events and Zoom calls. As I know some people out there may or may never done virtual before. Maybe they're not seeing the value of it, but maybe they want to be more comfortable knowing how to use it. And so I give people ideas, and ways and places they can meet, and because it is a strategy to meet people. It's a good resource to meet people other than just face to face. But sometimes people can't meet face to face, and last minute, some people ask me if they can do Zoom versus face to face. So I prefer to actually meet them and say yes, we can do Zoom, versus not having the opportunity at all.
So, how is the best way that they can find out more about these opportunities that you have? Is there a link, a site?
Well, my website is also all my events and contact information. So great greatpartnershipsolutions.com. My information's on there. The list of all my complimentary webinars are there, as well as my face-to-face networking skills workshop that are in Fort Lauderdale. And the first couple ones are also on Eventbrite as well, so they can also take the time to register that way as well. Because if they register on Eventbrite, then I can actually follow up with them and know how to connect with them, and give them a Zoom code if they're doing the complimentary or they're face-to-face, how to get them registered, and support them in being more organized and networking, or having a better plan of action when they take the time to network, whether it's at a personal event or even a business event.
What is the Eventbrite? What is the heading that they need to search on Eventbrite? Or is it
Eventbrite, they can hit, I believe they can hit, for the webinar would be complimentary virtual webinar, mastering the art of ... time, mindset, and management. And the other one would be in person would be the networking skills workshop, be more effective at marketing yourself.
right? Well, thank you so much. I mean, this has been incredibly valuable. You work one-on-one with clients, correct?
Correct.
Do you do group coaching programs as well, or it's all
Well,
one-on-one
I'm
work?
looking, I would say the networking skills workshop is my intention, not only to do it in face-to-face in Fort Lauderdale in a conference room, but also go to offices who have a team of people that their team could also learn and value from, not only networking with each other, because networking is really about building relationships with people for long-term success. So if we're not networking, how are we going to know what products we need or services? We got to get out of that bubble. And I'll say the first step is having a winning attitude. So that's what somebody said the other day. She says, I think I better need a better attitude. I'm like, well, that probably is a good way to start
That's
to
a
get
good place.
results.
So, there are so many opportunities you have for people to up level their skills in networking, in time management. So please connect with Karrie, and I give you her website again. The website is greatpartnershipsolutions.com. So you can go to that website, check that out. But also you can connect with Karrie on LinkedIn. This is her LinkedIn profile, and on Facebook as well. It's Great Partnership Solutions. So check her out both on LinkedIn, check her out on Facebook. Go to Eventbrite, check out her website. She's got multiple ways for you to connect with her. So, and if you don't remember anything else, remember Great Partnership Solutions. And you can just Google search Great Partnership Solutions, and all the stuff will be there for you. So thank you, Karrie, so much for sharing that with us. Yes, greatpartnershipsolutions.com, Philip. You can check that out.
Yeah. So you'll see my beautiful face on it. So first at the top, you'll see the logo on my face. You'll know it's me.
You'll know it's her. You'll know it's her. So thank you so much, Karrie. Is there anything else you wanted to share as we close?
I would say, again, like I just said a few minutes ago about the attitude. So I'm going to say networking is like a sport. You got to be open. If you're going to take the time to go do something, have the attitude of going in, what am I looking for? What's my point? What's my purpose? Why am I here? And, setting yourself up for some goals and what it is you want to get out of your day and time. And, don't forget to reward yourself at the end of the day, if not in between the day, because working too much on projects and things you want and not taking the time to reward yourself doesn't suit yourself or anybody else. So also make sure you take time to relax, take a breath, and not overdo yourself, because if you drain yourself, you're not going to be good for anybody else.
Exactly. I know that all too well. Yes. So Karrie has a multitude of tips for you. She has so much depth of knowledge and experience. So make sure you check her out. I'm going to give you her website once again. It is Great Partnership Solutions with an S.com. Thank you, Karrie, for making it to the show today on time and giving us all this valuable information.
Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate you having me, and everybody else. Look forward to connecting with you, because they can even click on my website for a 15-minute chat, my email, and my phone number. So I love to connect with people who have any questions, or also looking forward to get more out of their time.
Excellent. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. So that was our guest, Karrie Klimas, and she was sharing with us the value and the benefit of organization, how to organize yourself better so that you can take fuller advantage of the time that you have. I did get a, let me put, yes. Thank you. David says, yes, your beautiful face, Karrie. Um, I will put that in the chat. I will put her website. I will put her website in the chat for everyone, so that you can connect with her. I just have to copy it from the from my banner. So there you go. It's in the chat. So that is Karrie Klimas from greatpartnershipsolutions.com. And she has many opportunities for you, if you're here in South Florida, face to face, to attend some of her workshops. But she's also doing webinars. So if you're virtual, that you can also partake of that. So just go to greatpartnershipsolutions.com and connect with Karrie. That is our show for today. I just want to once again, before I do that, I did see another comment from Reginald about their business. He says that they, in addition to providing team and leadership coaching and training, they also offer special Zoom male caregivers sessions for dementia caregivers, which is so vital because caregivers, especially for those who are taking care of elderly parents with dementia, it is really a heavy burden. So male caregivers sessions. So connect with Reginald. Reginald, if you're still on the line, give us your website or a way for people to connect with you. But it's Reginald A. Lawson. You can check them out. And thank you so much, David, for joining us, and Lydia for sharing your business as well. We want to thank our sponsors, which is FAMU Mary. So I'm going to share them one more time before we end the show. So stick around and don't go anywhere. I'm just going to share this quick commercial from FAMU Mary.
FAMU's Mary educates diverse communities about medical marijuana and the consequences of illegal marijuana use in Florida. Hear advice from leaders in your community. Listen to the podcast, watch the video cast to know all the facts. Follow Mary Forum Radio on social. Take the free basic education course and test your knowledge. Find answers to all of your marijuana questions and visit mary.famu.edu. That's mmeri.famu.edu. And join the conversation. Mary, educate, learn, talk.
So thank you again for joining us on this episode of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. If you have a business and you want a shout out on this show, please email us. Email support@aliciacouri.com to be a guest or sponsor of the show. So if you want to send your 30-second commercial to sponsor the show, you can go right ahead and email us support@aliciacouri.com, and we will send you more information and instructions on how you can be a guest here on Small Business Saturday Shout Out. And I invite you to join our community on Facebook. It is facebook.com/groups/SBSSO. We have shows. We've dedicated the first and third Saturday of every month for these shows that you can be a guest on and be a part of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. And in our Facebook community, you can advertise, you can share, you can promote anything that you have going on, anything in your business that you have going on, you can promote it there in our Facebook community. So go to facebook.com/groups/SBSSO and be a part of our community. We are about 500 strong. So, and we're all over the world. It's not just in one area. So you can go ahead and be a part of that community. It is free. So thank you once again for being a part of Small Business Saturday Shout Out. I'm your host, Alicia Couri, and I will see you next time. And thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you, Philip, soon. I'm looking forward to you being a part of the show soon. So anyone can join in and be a guest here on the show. I look forward to seeing you guys and seeing you all on the next Small Business Saturday Shout Out. Until then, you know, support small businesses. That's all I got to say. Go ahead and support your local small business. Bye.